Hello and welcome to your FX CoPilot. In this video, we're going to dive into the cross-check, which is at the heart of your FX CoPilot. You've probably been on a flight and at some point heard the term cross-check over the tannoy. That simply means that one person is verifying the task of another. It minimizes human error and ensures strict adherence to procedures for optimal flight safety. Commercial airlines are always flown by two pilots, the captain plus co-pilot, and procedures are cross-checked through checklists. It's this process that inspired the idea of cross-checking trades, with the aim of improving trading discipline and adherence to a trading plan, even and especially when you're trading at home alone. In the context of your FX CoPilot, a cross-check is the process of checking your trade against your checklist steps before, during, and after each trade. Before you can initiate a cross-check, you will need to have set up checklists for at least one strategy, just like I have here. You will also need to have done your pre-flight checks at the start of your trading session, which is all about mindset and session preparation before you start trading. And then when you see a potential trade setting up, you are ready to initiate a new cross-check. Just click on Start New Cross-Check, the strategy itself and the direction, and click Submit. The cross-check has now been initiated and the checklist process starts for that trade and that strategy. And it will also now appear on your dashboard. If you need to reset it, let's say you've made a mistake on entering the currency, the strategy or the direction, you can just do this here at any stage of the cross-check and it will completely reset it. Going back to the cross-check itself, you can see that we are currently in the before takeoff checklist. This is the first checklist in the cross-check process and comprises your trading rules before trade entry to help you ensure that the trade you are looking to take strictly meets your trade criteria. The cross-check will take you through 4 stages, each corresponding to a different stage of the trading process and requiring you to check that your trade is by your trading rules by ticking each step before moving on. We cover what goes into each checklist in our video, How to Set Up a Strategy in Your FX CoPilot. See a link to that video in the description below. As you can see here, we have fields to record your entry, your stop loss, and your target. We also have a trade notes section, which allows you to record any actions and decisions that you take as the trade progresses, and of course, why. This is very important for reviewing your trades for learning and improvement, and also to monitor your mindset and emotional state throughout the trade. For example, not following rules and feeling nervous. It provides a great feedback mechanism and we encourage you to use it as much as possible. And to save those details, just click Update. So for demo purposes, let me just go through the cross-check so you can see how it works. If I try and complete my checklist before I've ticked all of my steps, you'll get this message. You'll need to complete all of the steps of your checklist before proceeding further. This is because discipline is a primary goal here. If the trade does meet your trade criteria on the before takeoff checklist, you enter the trade and you can then proceed to the next checklist, which is the after takeoff checklist. If, however, it doesn't, you can abort the trade at this stage, just like a pilot would abort a takeoff if a problem were found on the runway. We will cover aborting a cross-check in a separate video, but for now I just want to continue through the cross-check process. Complete checklist. We are now in the after takeoff checklist. So these are your steps and checks immediately after entering a trade. So you would check your steps against your trade, against your trading platform, and assuming all was good, you would tick each step at a time. And just before completing the checklist, I just want to show you how these details that had been previously entered on the before takeoff checklist have carried through. And here at a glance, you can see where we are in the process. So the before takeoff checklist is done, and this is where we are currently. I'm now going to complete the checklist, and we are now in the cruise control checklist. So this is all about how you will manage your open positions, a crucial part of any trading strategy. And remember, you can add to these details at any time. So for example, were you tempted to take profit early or move your stop further away, etc. And then just hit Update. So again, you would check your rules against your trade, but I'm just going to keep going through just so you can see the process. And we are now in the after landing checklist. And needless to say, depending on your trading strategy and your trading time frame, There could be gaps between progressing through your checklist. It could be a few days, it could be a few hours, just depending on how you trade. However, whichever way, it's really easy just to resume a cross-check from the dashboard. So you find your trade, you can see where you are in the process, and you can just click resume trade, and your FX CoPilot will take you back to where you left off. The after landing checklist is the final checklist in the process, and these are your checks immediately after exiting a trade. I'm now going to complete this trade. And the very cool thing about your FX CoPilot is that it integrates seamlessly with the trade journals and strategy reports and the other learning tools, which we will cover in other videos. But just to show you some details that are already automatically inputted on the trade journal. So you've got your currency and your direction, you've got the entry date and the exit date, which you can also amend here. You've got the strategy you were trading, entry price, stop loss and target, which were inputted during the cross-check process and which have carried through. P&L you'll need to input. Did you follow your trading plan and your learnings? We'll cover those off on another video. And trade notes, these have also been carried through from the cross-check into the trade journal. And just pointing out at the bottom here, you can mark the trade journal as in progress or completed. If you mark it as in progress, it will remain on your dashboard. It has been grayed out, but you can see here that the trade is marked as completed. And you can press this button here to go back to the trade journal, and you can complete it anytime you like. I hope that's been helpful. If you're watching this and haven't yet signed up for a free trial, look out for details on the next screen. Thanks for watching.